chrysalis of doubt and cold, a story of bravery is starting to unfold. The heavy leaden weight is turning into light as colors bleed into the canvas of the sight.
I crawl through the valley of the deepest shade, where every memory of the sunshine began to fade. But there's a spark of lightning in the center of the mind, leaving the gravity of yesterday behind.
The thermal winds are catching on to spirit wings, unlocking the potential that the morning brings. Higher than the vultures past the eagle's nest, toward the sanctuary of the golden west.
Watch the rising soul
ascending from the clay
into the brilliance
of a never-ending day.
no longer tethered
To the anchors of the past,
finding the
freedom that was always meant to last.
defying every limit,
Breaking every cage,
turning the final leaf.
of a bitter stage.
The atmosphere is thin and the pressure is intense, but every struggle starts to make a perfect sense. I am the architect of the clouds and the sky, learning the secret of the way the angels fly.
The embers of the heart are glowing white and hot, giving everything to the victory we sought. Purified by fire, strengthened by the climb, stepping outside the boundaries of mortal time. The thermal winds are catching under spirit wings, unlocking the potential that the morning brings. Higher than the vultures past the eagle's nest, toward the sanctuary of the golden west. Watch the rising soul ascending from the clay into the brilliance of a never-ending day.
No longer
Tethered to the anchors of the past, finding the freedom that was always meant to last.
defying every limit,
Breaking every cage,
turning the final leaf.
of a bitter stage. Leave the heavy armor on the dusty ground,
A weightless vibration is the only sound,
transcending the logic of the earth and the stone, claiming a destiny that we face alone.
we are the stars in a human disguise.
Reflected in the mirrors of each other's eyes.
Rising, soaring, I am free. Watch the rising soul
Ascending from the clay
into the brilliance
of a never-ending day.
no longer tethered to the anchors of the past.
Finding a freedom that was always meant
To last, defying every limit,
breaking every cage
turning the final leaf.
of a bitter stage.
Ever upward to the light,
Rising dusty book, hidden in the shadows of a quiet nook, a sketch of a dream on a fragile white sheet, waiting for the pulses of a heart to beat.
I wrote our future with a charcoal pen, planning the journey of the where and the when. It's a flimsy construction of ink and of glue, but it's the only vessel that can carry me to you.
Don't let the raindrops dampen the design, tracing the geometry of every single line. The wind is a giant, the world is a gale, but hope is the rudder and the white paper sail.
Flying on paper wings,
delicate and thin,
floating on the whispers
of the breath within.
A beautiful frailty,
A courageous design,
moving through the chaos
in a straight silver line.
though we are brittle,
And though we might tear,
we're finding our balance
in the high, cold air.
One little crease could bring us to the ground, where the heavy silence is the only sound. But I'll hold the edges with a steady, firm hand,
Guiding our flight toward the promised land. The ink is blurring in the humidity of tears, washing out the traces of the old hollow fears. We are a manuscript soaring through the blue, a story of wonders that is finally true.
don't let the raindrops dampen the design.
Tracing the geometry of every single line.
The wind is a giant, the world is a gale, but hope is the rudder and the white paper sail. Flying on paper wings,
Delicate and thin,
floating on the whispers
of the breath within.
a beautiful frailty,
A courageous design,
moving through the chaos
in a straight silver line.
though we are brittle,
And though we might tear, we're finding our balance in the high, cold air.
paper is stronger than the sharpest of steel.
When it's fueled by the power of the things that we feel,
Write a new chapter on the surface of the wind.
where the boundaries of reality are disciplined.
Fly through the lightning,
Fly through the dark
ignite the universe.
with a single paper spark. Fragile, yet strong.
Lifted
High,
flying on paper wings,
delicate and thin,
floating on the whispers
of the breath within.
a beautiful frailty,
A courageous design, moving through the chaos in a straight silver line.
though we are brittle,
And though we might tear, we're finding our balance in the high, cold air.
riding home,
On the breeze, paper
wings,
Emerald currents swirl beneath the jagged cliff, carrying the secrets of a wooden skiff. Sapphire depths are calling to the restless mind, leaving all the dry and dusty roads behind.
I was a sailor lost in a fog of gray, searching for a lighthouse to point the way. But the compass in my chest began to spin when I felt the salt upon your porcelain skin.
The moon is pulling at the heavy, restless weight, defying every boundary of a cruel fate. We are sinking deeper where the coral forests grow, guided by the phosphorescent rhythmic glow, drowning in the ocean heart, vast and wide and blue, finding a reflection of the purest part of you.
Immense as the horizon,
Deeper than the trench,
a thirst that no earthly fountain
could ever quench,
tides are turning over,
washing out the sand,
bound by a devotion that no mortal
can withstand.
Storms may gather on the surface of the glass, watching as the thunderous clouds begin to pass. But down in the stillness where the whales sing,
We are protected by the shadow of a giant wing. Treasures hidden in the gardens of the brine,
glimmering like stars within a sunken mine.
forget the shore and the safety of the dock. We are the water that can erode the hardest rock. The moon is pulling at the heavy, restless weight, defying every boundary of a cruel fate. We are sinking deeper where the coral forests grow, guided by the phosphorescent rhythmic glow, drowning in the ocean heart, vast and wide and blue, finding a reflection of the purest part of you.
Immense as the horizon,
Deeper than the trench,
a thirst that no earthly fountain
could ever quench,
tides are turning over,
washing out the sand,
bound by a devotion that no mortal can withstand. Flowing through the canyons of the undersea,
unlocking every shackle to be wild and free.
the salt is our blood,
And the spray is our breath,
a love that survived
even the winter of death. How pestle and grand, majestic and cold,
a mystery that never grows
weary or old.
De profundis,
From the abyss,
I
call to you. Drowning in the ocean heart, vast and wide and blue. Drowning in the ocean heart, vast and wide and blue, finding a reflection of the pure while the autumn wind is knocking at the barnyard door. Cider on the table and the harvest in the bin. Let the celebration of the earth begin.
Put on your boots and your dress of faded lace. I want to see the sunlight on your lovely face.
The fiddle is tuning in the corner of the room, dispelling every shadow and the winter gloom.
Step to the left and a pivot to the right,
Spinning like a dervish in the golden light.
The rhythm of the seasons is the music that we play,
While the heavy burdens simply melt away.
dance the rustic waltz, round and round we go.
In the humble valley where the wildflowers grow.
No need for a palace,
Or a floor of polished glass, just the smell of hay and the swaying of the grass.
simple and honest,
A melody so sweet, following the patterns of our tired feet.
I've traveled through the cities of silver and of steel, but they never offered something that was truly real.
Give me the soil and the orchard and the plow.
The only thing that matters is the here and the now.
The shadows are lengthening across the rolling hills, while the busy chatter of the morning finally stills.
Lanterns are hanging from the rafters of the pine.
Everything is perfect, everything is fine.
To the left and a pivot to the right,
Spinning like a dervish in the golden light.
the rhythm of the seasons is the music that we play,
While the heavy burdens simply melt away.
dance the rustic waltz, round and round we go.
In the humble valley where the wildflowers grow.
No need for a palace,
Or a floor of polished glass, just the smell of hay and the swaying of the grass. Simple and honest, a melody so sweet, following the patterns of our tired feet.
1, 2, 3. Feel the pulse of the ground,
The most beautiful logic
that has ever been found. Tossing our worries to the rafters above,
wrapped in the arms of a permanent love. Home is a feeling, not a place on a map. Resting your head in the meadow's soft lap.
round and round.
Home at last.
In the valley, dance the rustic waltz, round and round we go.
In the humble valley where the wildflowers grow.
No need for a palace,
Or a floor of polished glass, just the smell of hay and the swaying Different languages are spoken on the city streets, but the rhythm of the longing is the same in every beat. We are divided by the borders and the colors of a map, while the essence of our spirit fills the widening gap.
I walked 1,000 miles in a stranger's heavy shoes, finding that we share the same victories and blues. The hunger for a purpose and the thirst for a home is the common denominator wherever we may roam.
Tear down the barricades and the fences made of wire. Join the circle sitting round the universal fire.
A brotherhood of stardust,
A sisterhood of grace, looking for the kindness in a fellow human's face. Standing on the common ground beneath the single sun, realizing the truth that we are essentially one. No more walls of prejudice, no more mountains of pride. With the gates of understanding finally open wide. One pulse, one breath, one collective soul, making the broken world finally feel whole.
I'll offer you my shoulder when the road is getting steep, and share the heavy secrets that you're struggling to keep.
It doesn't matter where you pray or where you lay your head, when we're all following the same golden thread.
The children are the poets of a future yet to be,
Writing out the verses of a global harmony.
a garden for the weary and a fountain for the dry.
Underneath the canopy of a shattered on a sky.
Tear down the barricades
And the fences made of wire. Join the circle sitting round the universal fire. A brotherhood of stardust, a sisterhood of grace, looking for the kindness in a fellow human's face. Standing on the common ground beneath the single sun, realizing the truth that we are essentially one. No more walls of prejudice, no more mountains of pride. With the gates of understanding finally open wide. One pulse, one breath, one collective soul, making the broken world finally feel whole.
It's a simple act of listening, the power of a hand
that builds the solid bridges across the shifting sand.
higher than the politics,
Deeper than the greed,
a harvest of compassion from a tiny little seed.
we are the choir of the world, a billion voices strong. This is the planet where we all truly belong.
Together as one, unity.
Standing on the common ground beneath a single sun, realizing the truth that we are essentially one. No more walls of prejudice, no more mountains of pride. With the gates of understanding finally open wide. One pulse, one breath, one collective soul, making the broken world finally feel whole. Hand in hand, the same soil,
Common
ground. is battered and the wood is worn, like a tattered banner that is badly torn. Scratches on the surface tell of battles won, underneath the heat of a relentless sun.
I tried to play an anthem on a fractured frame, but the music never sounded quite the same. My fingers are calloused and my heart is bruised, feeling like a melody that's been misused.
But even in the discord there's a flicker of a spark, searching for a frequency within the heavy dark. A jagged kind of beauty in the way the tension snaps, filling in the craters and the devastating gaps.
We play on broken strings,
a ragged kind of hymn,
in a world of shadows where the light is growing dim.
The resonance is deeper when the vessel has a crack. There is no use in wishing that we had the silence back. A symphony of scars, a chorus of the brave, rising like a spirit from a shallow, stony grave.
I'll take the frayed edges and I'll tie them in a knot, giving everything I have, the little that I've got. The rhythm might be stumbling, the pitch might be wrong, but the message in the struggle is what makes us strong.
The varnish is peeling and the bridge is thin, but listen to the character vibrating within. Perfection is a prison that we don't need to inhabit, when the raw and honest truth is there for us to grab it.
But even in the discord there's a flicker of a spark, searching for a frequency within the heavy dark.
A jagged kind of beauty in the way the tension snaps, filling in the craters and the devastating gaps.
We play on broken strings,
A ragged kind of hymn,
in a world of shadows
where the light is growing dim. The resonance is deeper when the vessel has a crack. There is no use in wishing that we had the silence back. A symphony of scars, a chorus of the brave, rising like a spirit from a shallow, stony grave. It's not the golden harp that sings the truest song,
but the weary traveler,
who has suffered for so long.
the friction and the pressure, the snapping of the wire,
Are the only things that truly set the human heart on fire.
we are beautifully damaged,
We are masterfully flawed,
standing in the presence of a
thunderous applause.
Freight fraction still playing.
We play on broken strings, a ragged kind of hymn,
In a world of shadows
where the light is growing dim. A single flicker in the middle of the void, building up the ruins that the cold destroyed. Oxygen is feeding the hunger of the soul, making the fragmented pieces feel entirely whole.
I was a statue carved from frozen ice, paying for a dream with a heavy price. But you struck a match against the marble stone, igniting a fever I have never known.
The temperature is rising as the atoms collide, nowhere for the shadows of the past to hide. A chemical reaction in the marrow of the bone, ascending to a height that we reach alone.
Feel the divine spark leaping through the veins,
Breaking every tether and the heavy iron chains. A flash of inspiration, a lightning bolt of grace, lighting up the darkness of this lonely place.
one tiny ember
Can set the world on fire, lifting our intentions to a frequency that's higher.
forge the steel within the furnace of the chest, putting every doubt to a final burning test. The smoke is rising like a signal to the stars, beyond the reach of gravity and the planet Mars.
Glowing like a diamond in a furnace of coal, the alchemy of spirit is the ultimate goal. Transformation happening in the blink of an eye, as we become the sun within a midnight sky.
Temperature is rising as the atoms collide,
Nowhere for the shadows of the past to hide.
a chemical reaction in the
Marrow of the bone, ascending to a height that we reach alone.
feel the divine spark
Leaping through the veins, breaking every tether and the heavy iron chains. A flash of inspiration, a lightning bolt of grace, lighting up the darkness of this lonely place. One tiny ember can set the world on fire, lifting our intentions to a frequency that's higher. It's the source of the light, it's the origin of heat,
making the rhythm of the universe complete.
brighter than a supernova, hotter than the core, opening the hinges of the eternal door. We are the flame and we are the light,
Burning through the fabric of the endless night. the fire, the power within.
Feel the divine spark leaping through the veins, breaking every tether and the heavy iron chains. A flash of inspiration, a lightning bolt of grace, lighting up the darkness of this lonely place. One tiny ember can set the world on fire, lifting our intentions to a frequency that's higher.
Keep burning,
Bring light. for a signal or a holy sign. The incense smoke is curling toward the rafters high, blending with the gray of an autumn sky.
Words are often hollow when the heart is full, tugging at the spirit with a constant pull. I don't need a pulpit or a gilded throne to find the peace of heaven in the great unknown. Beyond the reach of language, past the wall of sound, where the deepest treasures of the mind are found, the stillness is expanding in the center of the chest,
giving all the weary a place of perfect rest.
This is my silent prayer,
offered to the air,
a testament of longing,
a relief from despair.
no voices are shouting,
No bells need to ring,
just a humble vibration
of a living thing.
in the vast cathedral of the wilderness.
We find the strength to heal and the courage to bless.
I've shouted at the thunder and the raging storm, trying to keep the embers of my spirit warm, but power isn't found in the fury of the blast.
It's the quiet whisper that is built to last. Watch the falling snow upon the frozen field. Every hidden wound is finally being healed. Patience is a virtue that the winter teaches well, breaking every rhythm of a frantic spell.
Beyond the reach of language,
Past the wall of sound,
where the deepest treasures of the mind
are found.
stillness is expanding in the center of the chest,
Giving all the weary a place of perfect rest.
this is my silent prayer,
Offered to the air,
a testament of longing,
a relief from despair.
no voices are shouting,
No bells need to ring,
just a humble vibration
of swirl beneath the jagged cliff, carrying the secrets of a wooden skiff. Sapphire depths are calling to the restless mind, leaving all the dry and dusty roads behind.
I was a sailor lost in a fog of gray, searching for a lighthouse to point the way.
But the compass in my chest
Began to spin
when I felt the salt upon your porcelain skin.
The moon is pulling at the heavy, restless weight, defying every boundary of a cruel fate.
We are sinking deeper where the coral forests grow, guided by the phosphorescent rhythmic glow.
Drowning in the ocean heart, vast and wide and blue, finding the reflection of
The purest part of you,
immense as the horizon,
deeper than the trench
a thirst that no earthly fountain
could ever quench. Tides are turning over, washing out the sand, bound by a devotion that no mortal can withstand.
Storms may gather on the surface of the glass, watching as the thunderous clouds begin to pass.
But down in the stillness, where the whales sing, we are protected by the shadow of a giant wing. Treasures hidden in the gardens of the brine, glimmering like stars within a sunken mine.
Forget the shore and the safety of the dark.
We are the water that can erode the hardest rock. The moon is pulling at the heavy, restless weight, defying every boundary of a cruel fate. We are sinking deeper where the coral forests grow, guided by the phosphorescent rhythmic glow.
Drowning in the ocean heart,
Vast and wide and blue,
finding the reflection of
the purest part of you,
immense as the horizon,
deeper than the trench
a thirst that no earthly fountain
could ever quench. Tides are turning over, washing out the sand, bound by a devotion that no mortal can withstand.
flowing through the canyons of the undersea.
Unlocking every shackle to be wild and free.
The salt is our blood and the spray is our breath,
A love that survived deep in the winter of death.
abyssal and grand,
Majestic and cold, a mystery that never grows weary or old.
De profundis.
From the abyss, I call to you.
Drowning in the ocean heart,
Vast and wide and blue,
finding the reflection of
the purest part of you,
immense as the horizon,
deeper than the trench
a thirst that no earthly fountain
could ever quench. Tides are turning over, washing out the sand, bound by a devotion that no mortal can withstand.
drifting away
Into the
ocean
height, height. chrysalis of doubt and cold, a story of bravery is starting to unfold. The heavy leaden weight is turning into light as colors bleed into the canvas of the sight.
I crawl through the valley of the deepest shade, where every memory of the sunshine began to fade. But there's a spark of lightning in the center of the mind, leaving the gravity of yesterday behind.
The thermal winds are catching under spirit wings, unlocking the potential that the morning brings. Higher than the vultures past the eagle's nest, toward the sanctuary of the golden west.
Watch the rising soul
ascending from the clay
into the brilliance
of a never-ending day.
no longer tethered to the anchors of the past,
Finding a freedom that was always meant to last.
defying every limit,
Breaking every cage,
turning the final leaf
of a bitter stage.
The atmosphere is thin and the pressure is intense, but every struggle starts to make a perfect sense. I am the architect of the clouds and the sky, learning the secret of the way the angels fly.
The embers of the heart are glowing white and hot, giving everything to the victory we sought. Purified by fire, strengthened by the climb, stepping outside the boundaries of mortal time.
Thermal winds are catching under spirit wings, unlocking the potential that the morning brings. Higher than the vultures past the eagle's nest,
Toward the sanctuary of the golden west.
watch the rising soul
Ascending from the clay into the brilliance of a never-ending day.
no longer tethered to the anchors of the
Past, finding a freedom that was always meant to last.
defying every limit,
Breaking every cage,
turning the final leaf
of a bitter stage.
leave the heavy armor on the dusty ground,
The weightless vibration is the only sound,
transcending the logic of the earth and the stone.
claiming a destiny that we face alone.
We are the stars in a human disguise,
Reflected in the mirrors of each other's eyes.
rising, soaring,
I am free.
watch the rising soul
Ascending from the clay
into the brilliance
of a never-ending day.
no longer tethered to the anchors of the
Past, finding a freedom that was always meant to last.
defying every limit,
Breaking every cage,
turning the final leaf
of a bitter state.
ever upward,
To the light,
rising, soar.
dimming in the tired balcony, awaiting the resolution of the mystery.
The velvet
Drapes are heavy with the scent of age, as the final actors step upon the stage.
The script was written by a master's tired hand, scattered like the wreckage on a desolate strand. But we found the meaning in the very last act,
turning the fiction into a solid holy fact. The spotlight is blinding, the moment is now, before we give the final deep and humble bow. The orchestra is breathing as the tension begins, to celebrate the losses and the heart what wins. This is the grand finale, the peak of the show, letting the rivers of emotion finally flow. A spectacular ending, a thunderous sound, where the glory of the journey is finally found.
throwing the flowers and the roses to the floor,
As the universe opens the eternal door.
No more rehearsals in the cold and the dark. We finally ignited the necessary spark. Every tragedy was a lesson in disguise, leading to the triumph in each other's eyes.
The masks are discarded, the costumes are shed, following the silver and the golden thread. The audience is rising in a standing acclaim, remembering the power of a sacred name. The spotlight is blinding, the moment is now, before we give the final deep and humble bow. The orchestra is breathing as the tension begins, to celebrate the losses and the hard-fought wins. This is the grand finale, the peak of the show, letting the rivers of emotion finally flow. A spectacular ending, a thunderous sound, where the glory of the journey is finally found.
Throwing the flowers and the roses to the floor,
As the universe opens the eternal door.
let the soprano reach the highest of the notes,
As the spirit of the music effortlessly floats,
higher than the ceiling, past the rafters and the roof.
providing the absolute and undeniable proof that love is the author and love is the end. The ultimate message that the heavens could send.
Bravo! The end is here!
This is the grand finale, the peak of the show, letting the rivers of emotion finally flow. A spectacular ending, a thunderous sound, where the glory of the journey is finally found.
Throwing the flowers and the roses to the floor,
As the universe opens the eternal door. The curtain falls, standing tall.
grand
I recognized your shadow in the temple ruins, before the invention of the seasons and the moons.
of amber
and of desert heat, before the first city was built upon a street.
You were the queen of a kingdom lost to time,
and I was the poet with a prehistoric rhyme.
We've wandered through the ages in a different skin,
but the recognition always comes from deep within.
The DNA of longing is a map across the stars,
carrying the stories and the mythological scars.
We are carbon and we are stardust,
we are spirit and we are gold,
reclaiming a heritage that we have always known.
This is an ancient love, older than the hills, the primordial power that the heavy silence fills.
From the caves of the north to the islands of the south,
a kiss that was whispered from a long forgotten mouth.
Timeless and enduring,
through the fire and the flood,
the wisdom of the ancestors is flowing
in our blood.
I found your name carved into a granite wall,
in a dialect that no one can effectively recall.
the ink may have faded, but the meaning is clear.
You are the reason that I'm standing right here. We've been the beggars, and we've been the kings. We felt the burden that 1,000 lifetimes brings.
But every time we meet,
the world begins to glow with the light that we discovered many centuries ago.
the DNA of longing is a map across the stars,
Carrying the stories and the mythological scars.
we are carbon and we are stardust,
We are spirit and we are bone,
reclaiming a heritage that we have always known.
This is an ancient love, older than the hill, a primordial power that the heavy silence fills.
From the caves of the north to the islands of the south,
A kiss that was whispered from a long forgotten mouth.
timeless and enduring,
Through the fire and the flood,
the wisdom of the ancestors is flowing
in our blood.
before the empires crumbled into dust.
We shared this unwavering elementary trust,
It's written in the fossils and the rings of the oak,
a sacred covenant that the ages never broke.
more permanent than mountains,
More constant than the tide,
with the ghost of every version of us standing by our side. Everlasting, primeval, eternal.
this is an ancient love, older than the hills, primordial power that the heavy silence fills.
From the caves of the north to the islands of the south,
A kiss that was whispered from a long forgotten mouth.
timeless and enduring,
Through the fire and the flood,
the wisdom of the ancestors is flowing